Joining us on Metro News Talkline is State Forester Jeremy Jones. Jeremy, good morning. Appreciate you coming on. Jeremy, get us caught up. Where do things stand today with number of fires, where the fires are, battling those blazes, et cetera? Just get us caught up, please.
Yeah, I'll be glad to join you. Just a real brief update, and again, this is going to be just an estimated fires and acreage as we're still trying to catch up on getting reports in and things of that nature.
Sure.
But generally speaking, since last Friday, we've had about 80 fires reported. The majority of those have been in the southern coal fields, in our southern regions, and we've burned an estimated about 15 to 16,000 acres, since last Friday, which is actually a pretty significant stretch of large fires there for us. Currently, thankfully, my staff is, working their tails off, as you can imagine, and we're gaining some ground on some containment on most of the fires, and we hope to get some favorable weather in the coming days to help us out.
Yeah, we might get some rain here. That would be helpful. State Forester Jeremy Jones is with us. Jeremy, are these, isolated brush/forest fires that, or are there any big ones that you're more concerned about than others?
Hoppy, the majority of these, thankfully, are in pretty remote areas. They're not threatening any structures, but we do have a handful that we're focusing on that could potentially threaten, some property or some other infrastructure. We would prioritize those fires first. But like I said, generally speaking, they are, remote areas, as is most of southern West Virginia is remote.
Jeremy, Chris Lawrence was telling us that if you were at Grandview State Park and I didn't quite get all the message, whether there was a fire at Grandview State Park or whether if you were just there, you could see the smoke from some of these fires. Do you have anything on that?
Yeah, that the fire that you can see from Grandview actually isn't in our jurisdiction. It's actually on the National Park Service, and I believe that they have two large fires there on the new national park. They actually requested some assistance from us yesterday, and of course I had to decline because all of our resources are engaged on our fires. They're working two fires, and we're probably working still working about 60 of ours. So we're busy, and unfortunately couldn't provide them any help.
How are you manpower wise?
We're good, Hoppy. We're holding our own so far. And I've actually been in conversations this morning with the state emergency operations center, along with the governor's office. We're doing okay right now. We're currently not requesting any outside assistance, from other state agencies or the National Guard. With that being said, the situation's constantly dynamic, and if this forecast doesn't hold up, looks like a long drying trend after this front. So we may be requesting National Guard, other state agencies, things of that nature. But as of right now, we're okay. But with that being said, the situation is dynamic, and we're constantly evaluating, our workforce. Want to make sure once these guys get taxed out that, we can send in maybe some relief to give.
That's got to be, Jeremy, that's got to be exhausting and dangerous work.
It's extremely dangerous, Hoppy. My staff's working, 16, 17, 18-hour days, in the mountains of southern West Virginia, packing heavy equipment, leaf blowers, 30, 40 pounds at times. Not much sleep, so it is extremely taxing.
Yeah. Jeremy Jones is with the State Forester. Jeremy, so are these all, how did any idea how these fires got started? I mean, are they just, they occur naturally, or somebody had a brush that was burning trash and it got out of control, or is anybody setting them?
It's all of the above, Hoppy. Essentially, none of our fires in West Virginia are naturally caused. Like out west, they have the lightning fires.
Right.
Essentially, all of our fires are caused by humans. These fires, our big fires that we're currently having are debris burning, whether it be, brush, trash. There's some of these that are arson. That's one of our top three leading causes. And then also we do have some underground coal seams that are on fire in southern West Virginia. And a lot of these larger remote fires were caused by those. That's coal seams that caught on fire from historic fires, years ago, and they're still burning. And when it gets dry, you get the fresh leaf drop on top of them. They'll pop out on the surface,
Yeah.
cause a forest fire.
Wow. A lot to battle there. You're not supposed to be burning now, are you? Nobody's supposed to be burning now, are they?
Well, there currently isn't a statewide burning restriction. We are evaluating.
Can I put one in effect? Can I put one in effect? I think we should.
What I was getting to there, Hoppy, is we are in our statutory fall fire season, which doesn't permit any outdoor burning between the hours of 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. And honestly, the fires that are escaping are people that are burning in that window that's supposed to be restricted. So, I would encourage all of your listeners to please follow our current burning restrictions and honestly, just wait. Don't even burn at all, even at night. We really need a break.